I think we should just travel the trail until we get to the swamps and then investigate the area.
Well, let's talk about travel
Sounds good.
real quick. Edward, you have a horse.
I do.
What is your horse's name?
Carousel, but I call her Carol.
Damara,
Yeah.
you don't have a horse, but you have Edward that has a horse, and you have a druid that could turn into something kind of like a horse.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, probably the druid, because we can't all three fit on Spoon's or Edward's horse.
So, Sirach, what do you turn into? Your wolf form?
yep. It's
Awesome.
pretty much it's a little bit. The back is probably maybe like a foot shorter than the horse. It's a big wolf. I'm no slouch.
And I'm just a little small forest elf. We're good.
So we're gonna go ahead and pull up. There's another handout called Travel and Explorer Moves. This is going to allow us to kind of move through the map. If you see, there is a red skull that's on the map. That is you guys. You guys are kind of at the beginning of the trail. And you know what? You actually, if somebody wants to make the trail a little easier to see, go for it. It's kind of hidden and stuff. So if you guys want to do that, while you're traveling through this journey, that would be completely fine. And so in order to move through, we will need, basically for you guys to select your roles, we need a scout, a trailblazer, and a quartermaster.
That trail there. That
Mhm.
one, right?
Yep. That's the trail.
I'm gonna be the quartermaster.
Okay.
I did good last time.
So basically, the scout is looking out for danger. Trailblazer is one that actually plots the path.
I'll be trailblazer, because I've got little legs, so scouting's not really for me.
Yeah, I could see you probably riding on the back and like pointing. Be like, that looks like a safe path. Yeah, go through there. Watch out for that tree. That looks like some rocks. So you're just kind of pointing the way
That tree's
out.
my friend. Don't
Yeah.
hit that tree.
I remember I had to dance with that tree one time, and I think that one gave me some apples that I didn't want.
And that one gave me herpes.
Tree herpes. Yikes. All right.
Yeah, it's just
Just
what's
basically
the-
apples.
What's the bugs that infest tree? Locusts.
Termites.
That's tree herpes.
Oh god, do not get me
Locusts.
started on locusts.
All right, and Sirach is our scout. So, as we undertake a perilous journey, and I'm sorry, but these woods, you guys have done too much to just rough things up for it to be a safe journey. You don't even know what could be out there. So we're gonna need to have
That's not my fault.
Sirach scout ahead.
It's your fault.
So that's gonna be against your wisdom, my friend. All right. So on a 7, you can choose one of the below. You get the drop on whatever lies ahead. You discern a beneficial aspect of the terrain. You make a discovery, or you notice a sign of a nearby danger.
I found something.
Made a discovery. Awesome. Let's see
So it's more
what
just
you.
like howls, but yeah. I'm just like a pointer dog, just
Okay, that'll work. Interesting.
Oh boy. Here it comes.
So as you're going through, you start hearing this rustling of the trees above, and you look up and you see one of these huge eagles. Its wings are this golden red. It's kind of beautiful to look at. It's got this really dark brown chest. It's strange because it doesn't have 3 talons. It actually looks like it has a full hand, but it's still covered in talons, and it's grasping a branch right next to one of the nest, and you can see, and it's looking down, and it has its eye on this tiny little fawn. It looks very similar to the deer that the Ghost were riding, but it's just a little baby, and it's just kind of eyeing it. It's looking. It's
Vulcan,
not
is
doing
that you?
anything.
For hobbits.
And so the deer starts kind of grazing and moving around, and you can see the eagle kind of flutter its wings a little bit, and the grasp on the branch releases just a little bit. Looks like it's kind of hungry. So what do you do?
That's all you, Sirach. We don't see it. You haven't told us about it yet.
As the wolf, how good is my vertical vision? Am I able to actually see the eagle?
Oh yeah, you see
Yeah.
it. You're the one that found it.
Okay. I'm going to start steering the group kind of around at a decent distance, but you can. I still want to see it die.
Okay. So as you start moving around, it does a quick look, and it kind of tells those things are too big for me, and it looks back and it dives down, and it grabs this little fawn, and when it sinks its talons in, like you just hear this squish, like it's got some power in its grasp, and it flies straight up into the air, up above the leaves, and all you see is a shadow, and you see just random drops of blood kind of drip on the trees, and it disappears. You start hearing like really tiny squeaks coming from the nest, little barks and chirps.
Let's eat its babies. Oh wait, I'm the good character. Never mind.
Well,
Spoon, it's on you.
I was a good character too. Still am a good character.
And then I exploded a horse.
I was under duress.
You're what? No, you're under duress. So what? You guys just keep moving forward.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Damara, I will need you to do a navigate check then. Can you point out on the map exactly where you want to go? Traveling on, we'll say horse, that will allow you to go about, we'll say 25 miles, 25 to 30 miles, depending on how much you're pushing and what the terrain looks like.
Probably about here.
Okay.
This bend in the road.
Sounds good. So
Can you see that? I don't know.
Yep,
There.
I can see it.
You click and hold. Oh.
I can see it. So I'll need you to roll against your intelligence. So that's 2d6 plus your intelligence modifier, please. All right, on a 7. So as you guys are wandering through this part of the forest, you start coming across these weird shapes. They look very viney and natural, but they appear to be kind of egg or sac-like. And you can swear that when you're not looking at it, it pulsates. But as soon as you look back, it stops pulsating, it stops moving. There's probably about 20 of them, and they're not all on the ground. They're kind of, there's a few up in the tree, there's a few on the ground. There's a few that are kind of pushed into a rock. Welcome, praise Sithis, and yes, me too. Cheers to you, my friend.
I kind of want to poke one with the stick.
Oh, it's up to you.
I'm gonna poke it with the stick.
Okay. You trying to do it carefully, or you just no regard?
Just full on stab into it.
I need you, please roll 2d6 plus your strength.
Just roll strength.
How do I just do STR? Like for
You
strength?
should be able to
Or...
actually just select it from your character sheet.
Yeah, on your character sheet where it says STR, there's a little die
Mm-hmm.
next to that number
On
above
the
it.
right
You just press
side.
that. Yeah, you just press that die.
I do not see a die.
Under
Okay.
under strength, that you have your 1 strength modifier, and then it's very slightly hidden right on the right side of that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Wow, there you go. That's Dex though.
That's fine.
God damn it.
It's okay. So
It's
you
the
actually,
same modifier.
yeah, you end up kind of poking it enough, but not too much to rupture it. And as you poke it, you can see that a little bit of brownish fluid kind of spills out.
Jesus.
Edward, are you looking at this?
I guess so.
A smell hits you that you're very familiar
Oh,
with.
Jesus.
It's
Oh.
the smell that the ghost gave off when they died.
Oh no,
Oh shit,
Ghost
no,
babies. Well, don't poke
What's
those no
that?
more. Don't just stop poking those. Stop it.
I want to poke it.
Stop it.
Leave the stick.
Stop it. They're a
What's a
peaceful
ghost?
race, damn it. They're peaceful. Leave them alone.
Who wants to know what
Okay.
ghosts are? Tell them.
Ghosts are plant people. If I remember right.
Same.
Yeah. They're basically your cousins. They're kind of like a plant mass taking a humanoid shape. And they've got some magic, and they're kind of telepathic, and
They're vine monkeys, pretty
Yeah.
much. That
Oh, okay.
during the first week, they really the adventurers really screwed them up quite a bit.
I had nothing to do with that. Leave them alone. I don't
It was
wanna
the fighter,
be
wasn't it?
responsible. It was the fighter. The fighter punched a fruit fox and started a fight.
Yeah.
That's the adventure that I got the accomplishment of rolling in dung.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, praise Sithis, if you do want more information about kind of at least our game, it is a little different than the original game, but go ahead and feel free to look at that. So this is called Dungeon World. Dungeon World is really more of a story-based role-playing game instead of more structured like Pathfinder Dungeons and Dragons. This really is a cooperation between the GM and the players to come up with a cool story, go forth and do it. The kind of game we're playing is a sandbox of sorts, so I don't have a major overarching campaign. We don't have the necessity of keeping the same characters in every week. It's whoever's here plays for that week, and we go out and do whatever we want to do. There will be some stories that carry over, and obviously the world is always changing depending on the actions of the characters, but it allows the game to go on for longer and for us to play with whoever happens to join us. It is open to anyone that wishes to join us, so definitely feel free to check that out if you want more information on it. So anyways, you guys are surrounded. There's, like I said, probably about 20-25 of these egg-like things that are hanging around.
Please quit poking the ghost babies.
Can I poke it? Can I poke another one?
No. No, I don't want you to.
Sure.
No.
Roll your strength again.
No, stop it.
Darn it.
What are you poking it with?
I'm gonna keep poking it with the stick because I don't think I should poke it with my fingers.
Okay. So as you poke this one, the stick kind of gets pulled in a little bit, and you kind of see the glint of something looking at you. If you can like find a way to kind of back away slowly, it might not do anything, or you can probably shove the stick in enough to probably kill whatever's looking at you without alerting anything that's around you.
I think I'm just gonna back away. I was just curious. I didn't actually want to kill anything.
Okay, so go ahead and roll against your dexterity to see if you're able to kind of sneak away from it without it doing too much. So as you start walking away, the stick actually forms and starts twisting, and actually like a stitch closes up the little hole that you had made. And then it starts kind of pulsating and then stops. But again, as soon as you look away, you swear you see it move, and then you look back and it doesn't seem to be moving anymore. And that's really all that happens here. I don't know if you guys want to take note on the map or anything. There's a whole bunch of ghost eggs here. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And so do you guys want to, obviously going to have to make camp somewhere in the area. So are you wanting to kind of settle kind of in the middle and just say, screw it, or... See...
There we go.
Yeah, no. Draw me a picture. Come on, text. We don't need text. I want to see purty pictures on here.
I want to pick. Okay.
I want pictures of eggs and ghost and all. There you go. Much better. So Quartermaster, where do you think you set up camp? So again, you have quite a few trees. There seems to be a rock foundation.
Oh, I was trying to move my egg. There we go. I think we're gonna go a little bit away from the ghost, and probably try to camp up next to some rocks.
Okay. So as you guys make camp, do you light a fire? Do you kind of try to find some place to go into?
I walk my spell around the edge, my alert
Your
spell.
alert? Mm-hmm.
Damara does not like fire.
I can understand that.
But I need
Is
to make
anybody
a
in?
fire. Nope.
No fire, we're in the woods.
So I make a little fire.
God
I have
damn it.
I have to eat, and so does the druid.
Berries.
You eat berries. Sorry,
Dude,
I
I got
don't.
plenty of food.
I don't care. You have to eat what I make.
That's true, unfortunately.
That works out so well.
Yeah.
You have.
So,
You actually have to.
and he knows. He already knows what kind of special berries are in the woods. Now,
Yeah, I know what's out there.
Dramara might be like totally fan of those berries. Who knows?
I mean,
It's
I've got some berries if you want some
hard to
berries.
tell.
Give me your berries.
I'll give you 3 berries. I wouldn't suggest eating them all at once, but I'll give you 3.
Why?
Reasons. Just eat one and see what happens.
I have a feeling I know these berries because I have lived in the forest all my life. I don't trust
I bet you
them.
do. Sounds like you want to spout some lore about these berries. Roll against your intelligence, please.
You don't know these berries, just eat them.
You have berries like these where you come from. They look, they're blackberries. They hang on vines, and you guys use them in your your desserts, whatever you want to call desserts. So you eat them quite often where you're from.
Oh yeah, mark an XP for that
Yeah.
as well. That was a fail.
Okay, I'm just gonna pop one in my mouth then.
These are not the same berries that you ate back at home. As soon as you eat it, you are pumped full with adrenaline to the point that if you don't go and do something to relieve this, your heart's probably gonna explode.
Well, looks like we won't need to be on watch tonight, Edward.
That was the idea.
Because he's
That's
going to be
very
juiced
true.
up the whole time.
Now,
Just
what is
gonna
it to
run around
roll?
to the camp.
What is it to roll to make food? It's wisdom, right?
So first, Damara, what do you spend your time like? You just feel like you have to do something. You don't know what it is. You don't know what it isn't. Like you got to just do something. I got to do it now. I got to just do everything, and I got to do this, got to do that, and then I got to go over there and do that, and this person's not doing enough, and I got to go do what they're not doing, and your brain's just going a mile a minute. You cannot
It's like you did
focus.
an 8-ball of Coke. is
Yeah,
what's
you're-
happening.
Going
Just
crazy.
gonna run
Sounds
laps
like he,
around camp.
Would have
Just
been
like
doing dinner. as
You're
well.
running so quick that you're actually causing a path to form around where you are. So go ahead and draw a little circle because you're causing a new path to form exactly where you're at. While we're doing that, let's go ahead and when you make camp, you roll against nothing. You just do a roll.
Alright.
When you settle into rest, choose one member to manage provisions, and if you eat and drink and have enough XP, you may level up. You're bedding down into dangerous land, decide the watch order, which we don't need because you have a wood elf
thought it
doing
was-
laps.
Managing provisions or whatever.
How do I undo that?
You
Well,
should be
no.
able to click on it and
We're
delete.
managing provisions, but
I
since
am.
he is on
Oh yeah,
C,
that's wisdom. Yeah, never
you
mind.
don't get to do that anymore.
Manage provisions.
I'm still managing-
You weren't
I'm
doing it good enough.
Yeah, don't listen to me. Just listen to me, okay? Don't listen to what I'm saying. Just listen to what I'm saying. You understand? Roll plus wisdom.
Yeah! Managing provisions!
Garbage at it.
It just.
I
So,
think
So,
you gained
as-
EXP on every
Delts, I did that.
meal
I was
you
gonna do that thing I talked to you about last week with the thing,
Okay.
but I don't know how well that's gonna roll with that kind of roll.
If you do it during this, they're gonna know that you did the
I'm
thing.
not gonna do it then. Okay.
So, like, it could, helpful, hurtful. It's hard to say.
I'm not gonna do the thing. I'm gonna wait till the fighter and the barbarian get around, and we're gonna have a delicious meal.
So
The druid can
as
survive on tree sap or some shit, and
Yeah, no, I don't have to eat.
the bard is just fucked off somewhere. I don't know.
So
Just
as-
running around.
as you're cooking this
Photosynthesis.
meal, you start getting whatever your alarm sense goes off. It starts going off.
Oh boy.
It's probably me running around the camp still.
It's not because
That's not what happens.
when-
It only alerts when enemies are nearby.
when you look up, Edward, no more than 20 feet away from you, a full-grown razor boar is staring at you.
Oh boy. Let's rock.
What do you do?
Well, I'm probably gonna, try to alert somebody to the boar here. Like, oh my god, giant boar with razor tusks.
I've seen it.
Yep. At this point, you all have seen that a large. Now I'm talking like the size of a bear. Its head is the size of a very large. I don't even know.
Is this what that guy
My
was riding?
body.
Pretty much. And it
Okay.
has these tusks that go almost straight out that sharpen towards the front. Yeah. Sirach and Edward have messed around with one of these guys before. This was definitely the same beast, or one of the same beasts that you remember the
Oh,
leader of the
jeez.
Ghost
Oh,
riding.
man. Oh boy.
Us forest elves are smart enough to avoid them.
Who's getting to interact first?
It's just standing there. It's entered camp. It's not necessarily doing anything yet. What are you guys
I'm
doing?
gonna.
I'm gonna
Let's
run
make
over and
friends.
jump on its snout and grab its tusks.
Let's not
And
aggravate
kinda ride it
the boar,
As
please.
I'm using my spirit tongue ability to communicate with it that you are now mine, and because I need a mount.
Yeah, that's gonna go well. Oh boy. Okay.
Spirit tongue. Okay.
So. we've
It's
lost the
dumb.
druid.
It is really like the response you get back is me mine.
It's been running into too many trees.
bird. You mine. Mine
Who?
mine food. Mine
Food,
mine
meat.
land.
I do have 11 fruit in my gear pack.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
gonna try and get it to respond to me with food then.
Okay, it sounds like you're trying to defy danger with your wisdom. Go ahead and roll that for me.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Good job. We lost the druid.
So it
Well,
it starts kind of chewing on it. No. Mind meat.
No fruit.
Mind meat. Mind meat. Starts to kind of get angrier because it can smell whatever was cooking on the fire is kind of,
And that's not what I gave it.
yeah, mind meat. Kind of starts growling.
How many of those fruit did I use?
It only ate one. The rest are still sitting on the ground. I mean, I don't think you care
Well-
about dirt on your fruit, do you?
Well, yeah, no. I scooped them back up.
Yeah.
Somebody talk sense into this boar.
It
Somebody do
starts
something.
kind
What?
of
I
pounding
don't
its
wanna have to
right
do
hoof.
something. Don't make me do this. Go away. I'm gonna make my staff glow with light. Try to scare it away.
Okay. Roll your cast a spell.
Away with you.
It catches its attention, and like every time you move it, it's following. Like there's drool kind of
great, it's a
slobbering
cat.
around.
I have its attention. Somebody do something. Trying to get it to go away. I'm gonna lead it out of camp. Like slowly walk out of camp. Have it follow me.
Okay. It sounds like you're trying to like. Are you trying to be careful where you step so that you don't trip and fall, or are you just like, I think I know the smartest way to get out of here?
I think I'm going back the way we came.
Okay.
Just trying to.
Do another intelligence roll for me. You're able to lead it far enough out of camp. It's going to stay there for a while, but it's still like, as it leaves, Sirach, you can still hear hungry food, hungry.
Sorry, what did Edward
You hear him
accomplish?
saying pretty much he's still hungry.
I led it out of camp.
Well, since his meal was garbage anyway,
It wasn't garbage. It just
I'm
Didn't
just gonna
finish
grab the
cooking it.
pot and kind of follow him out, and then like put it to the boar.
Okay. What were you cooking tonight, Quartermaster?
well, I was cooking up one of my snake rations
Garbage.
Pork and beans.
because I was
It
the only one
actually
that didn't
it
eat
seems to recognize the taste of the snake, and so it chows down. It tastes kind of sour, like the meat might be a little off, so it spits a little bit, and then after a little while it kind of just charges off into the woods. No rhyme or reason. So it starts to
Wait a minute,
get
your friend.
late in the day. The suns begin to fall, the shadows get extremely long, and the trees begin to seem to grow their arms as you know the night is coming. The moon begins to rise, and you guys begin to fall asleep. And are you still doing laps there, Damara?
Yep, I popped another berry when that one wore off. I'm still going.
So at this point, you've actually cut about a foot into the ground. You're still
Oh, wow.
you're going like really fast and really hard. Like it might be because your feet are covered in like, you know, tree bark and stuff, so it's digging in a little more than natural feet will. But you're definitely
We'll
digging.
just moat
Make
for
more
next
like
time.
a berm. Because you're kicking the dust out onto the one side of the trail.
As the night passes, Damara, you swear you see movement kind of up in the trees, head towards where the eggs are. You don't really see more than a few leaves fall from the top. A branch seems to kind of bend and bend back, but you don't see any specific shapes or anything like that. The night passes by with really no more. You guys did hear the squeaks or squeals of the boar a few more times off in the distance, but it never seemed to approach. And as you guys wake up, it actually starts kind of raining a little bit. The path
boy.
and everything starts to get a little muddy, and as the day goes by, the storm seems to rise up a pretty decent amount.
What is this over here? Nipua? I forget. Did we ever go here?
Yes, that's the Ghost home village.
Okay. Yeah, I don't really know. That explains why there's ghost babies there.
Why they put them so close to the road, I don't know.
Well,
Ghosts are
they don't have much
strange
of a
things.
village left.
So as you guys head up in the morning, the rain starts coming down. You kind of pack up and get ready to go. Do you get back on your horse? Do you try to go back into your wolf shape there, Sirach? Or do you just say
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk it?
No, I'm gonna let the elf ride me some more.
Okay, go ahead and
yeah.
roll your check real quick for me.
Wisdom, right?
Yep. Okay. You get one hold, and for that, it'll be like sprint. Become the fastest thing in the area. So you guys head off. So we're gonna go ahead and do our rolls again and see where we get. This time, I kind of want you guys both to do your rolls at the same time. So, are you guys keeping the same jobs? You changing them up this morning?
Well, I'm only cooking for myself apparently, so.
Well, yeah, no, I'm gonna cook.
Okay.
Berries.
I'm a scavenger, so I kind of know what tastes good with what, instead of throwing sour snake meat into the pot.
Not snake meat, it's jerky, you fool.
Well, you didn't let it sun long enough.
Well, then what am I? What are you gonna be, Mr. Bard?
I was just gonna say trailblazer, but nah.
You can blaze the trail if you want. With your tiny little
420.
feet. Then I guess I'll be scout.
Okay. Damara, show me again where you want to try to get this day, and also like how are you guys gonna really know where you're getting? Like, is there anything you're on the lookout for as you travel through this part of the woods?
I want to go right about here. Just like cut through the woods and yeah.
Okay. Is there anything you guys are on the lookout for?
Kind of dangerous. What I'd be
Caravans
looking for.
falling into the road.
Yeah. Any kind of weird, spooky dudes.
Okay.
With hunchbacks and.
So let's go ahead and Edward, roll me the Scout Stay Sharp, which is Wisdom, and Damara, if you could roll me against Wisdom as well.
Oh, there's an experience.
Yay!
Alrighty then. Let's see here. So you end up not getting exactly where you end up actually going deeper into the woods for some reason. And so the scout, what do you while you're going about, you can get a discovery, get the drop on whatever, discern a beneficial aspect.
I think I get to choose two, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna notice a sign of nearby danger, maybe. See if there's anything out there. I guess it's more, well, yeah, look for danger, I guess it would be. And make a discovery as well.
Okay. Perfect. So, Edward, you notice it first. There appears to be this weird glittering reflection that's coming up from the grass and leaves up in front of you. It looks almost like there was a puddle of water, but as you approach, the reflection kind of fades away.
Hmm. I notice anything dangerous about it? About the area?
It just looks like a mirage. There's what appears to be water, and then when you get close, there's not really water. Just
Oh,
a
I wanna-
pile of leaves and grass.
I study the area.
Okay. Discern reality, please. What are your questions? You get one question.
What was that? That shiny puddle. Or what? Well,
It's
where did
clearly magical. It's a
Yeah.
magic something. You can tell there's some sense of magic coming off of it, whether it's a magic trick, it's a residue of magic.
Out of character, I'm gonna suggest pissing it.
I feel a magical aura coming from it.
Exactly.
Well, what's strange is as the drops start to hit a little harder around it, you can see like little splashes of water. It seems to be kind of around it, but when it comes to the middle area, you don't see anything. Like the drops just kind of hit the ground, but they don't splash or anything.
It's a portal. Can I throw a rock into it?
Throw a rock, and rock just kind of disappears. You kind of hear like this thump, 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 and then it just kind of fades.
Stick your head through it.
I'm gonna make the druid look in the hole. Or the
I just go running past you and do like a little cannonball at it.
You do a cannonball into the,
Yeah, no.
the aura.
Yeah, I plan on flipping to a hawk if it gets bad, if things go sideways and I need to get out
So
of there.
you start, you go through, and as you pass through, you get this weird like electricity tingle across your body, and you start falling down, down, down into darkness, but it's not so dark that you can't see. There's about 30 big ol' spikes sticking out of the bottom.
Well, that's
minus
why
the
I
druid.
can start shrinking myself up into a little feathery hawk.
Yeah, so in order to do that, you're gonna need to defy danger in some way, because you're already in wolf form, so you're gonna have to change. You can't go from one animal to another.
sprint up the wall.
Yeah, just immediately.
So
This
you,
isn't anime.
yeah, you gotta go through that
Doesn't mean you
transition
can't run
of
up
getting
the
back
walls.
into halfling, and that takes a little process. So you're heading towards these spikes. They're getting closer and closer and closer. What do you do?
Well, as I was sprinting and jumped into it, wouldn't I hit the side of the wall and be able to dig kind of my claws into it till I was able to revert?
Sure,
And
roll
then
your
I'm
strength. See how
strength.
well you're holding onto the wall. Yeah, you got a grip, but because the water's coming down, you're starting to slip. Damara, you just saw your wolf friend kind of jump into what you thought was a puddle in front of you, but then you kind of heard a yelp as a wolf starts kind of clinging onto the wall and scratching down. So he's disappeared from the surface. What do you do?
I don't know what I can do. just kind of watch him, honestly.
So you don't see anything. You see the ground, you see the puddle that he jumped in, you don't see ripples or anything like that. It just appears to be, again, like little flickering, appears to be water. Edward, you just saw the same thing. He jumps into what you thought was a puddle, nothing splashes, he just disappears from the surface, and you kind of hear this scratching coming from the inside of the...
Can I just like poke my head in and look, or will I end up falling in?
Don't know.
I'm gonna try it.
I'm gonna Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. My staff is still like lit, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's still on fire. So I'm just gonna poke my head in and dip my staff in there and kind of look around and see what's happening.
Okay. So it's hard for you to kind of gauge where the edge of this thing is. So if you don't want to fall in, I need you to defy danger with your intelligence on magic to make sure you're not about to. Okay. So yeah, you know exactly like okay this is not right. So you stick your light through, and as you do, the whatever it was dispels, and you just see this huge hole in the ground. About 20 feet down, there's a whole bunch of spikes pointing up, and there's a wolf plastered to the side of this thing in the mud, just kind of slowly slipping down.
Well, you're doomed. You
Let's go set up
idiot.
camp.
I think it's time to go to sleep now. See you later. I just wanted you to look in.
You're getting closer and closer. You're about 10 feet away from the spikes now, Sirach. Still kind of sliding down. You're still on the wall, but the mud and the water is kind of just starting to flood in, so the wall's getting really slippery.
How thick are the spikes?
They're about this and pointed straight up.
Guess if I have to save the idiot.
Don't they teach you levitation in wizard school?
No. There was no wizard
No, that's
school.
at Hogwarts. He didn't get into that school.
He was born and
gonna-
raised in a swamp. What does he know?
I'm gonna blast the spikes with a fireball. Try to destroy him before he gets down there. So he's just on fire instead of dead.
Okay, go for it.
Nope. Hit him instead.
Oh no.
Screw you, wolf!
You hit the spikes, and it sets a blaze that shoots right up. So it's like a cannon. It shoots right out of this thing. Edward, you are knocked back from the flames. Roll me a 1d8 as you're thrown back. And roll your damage as you are pretty much singed there, Sirach, by the fire that
Two
is
damage.
now...
And then roll damage.
Yeah, roll your damage.
It's a 2d8, right? 3d6.
You should just be able to click your damage.
So
I don't know. It
Sirach,
doesn't work like that.
as he hits the bottom, it's almost like the wood was laced with gasoline or some kind of explosive, because it hits and it explodes, and this huge fireball just rushes up the walls and catches you and just completely burns all of your fur off. You're burning. You're still on the wall, but you're just on fire, and it hurts, and you take 11 damage with no armor because it's painful. And
It
the
goes through
bonfire is on the bottom now, so you're about 2 feet away from where
That'll
these
happen anyway.
flames are flickering and burning. Tamara, you just saw your wizard get thrown out, just thrown away by this huge explosion. He is on his ass about 20 feet away. And you have just the worst smell in your nose of burnt hair and flesh, and the squeals of a wolf are coming from the hole. What do you do?
I'm gonna pull out my previously unused fiddle and start using arcane art to try to heal him.
So,
The druid, not the wizard. He can suffer.
all right. So as you pull it out, like, you immediately feel this power grow inside you. You don't know if it's exactly like the wisdom of the elders, or it's the fact that you're in nature and this is where it is. This is my destiny. This is what I'm bound to do. But you feel this jolt, and it may be the berries left over. Who knows? And you go to start playing your tunes. Go ahead and roll, which is something arcane art. That is your charisma. All right, let's see here. 7 to 9, spell, but you draw on it. Okay. So, I'm guessing you want to do heal, so that's a 1d8. All right, so Sirach. First of all, Damara, tell us, what does your like music and magic look like when you're playing the song? Like, what does it look like?
I mean, like an aura just kind of surrounds me coming from the fiddle, and then it just reaches out to whatever I'm trying to like inspire with my music.
What color is it?
But like a really light green, like you wouldn't like if you looked at it, you'd be pretty sure it's white, but it feels green.
And what kind of song are you playing? Like, what does your healing song sound like?
Kind of slow and melancholy, like what you'd hear in like a sad scene in a movie. Just
Okay. So, Sirach, you get this feeling. It's strange because it feels warm, but you're like, I'm already on fire, so I shouldn't feel it. But it's soothing. It's like going into a nice warm shower, and it goes over you, and the fire dispels. Your butt's still a little toasty because it's roasting. You got some chestnuts roasting on an open fire as it is, but you gain back 7 HP. But Damara, in the distance, as soon as you play this, you see something out of the corner of your eye. It appears to be some kind of figure lurched over that looks at you, but when you look back, there's nothing there. Edward, you're on your ass, and you hear the bard start playing this melancholy song. You can still see the flickering of heat coming out from this hole, and you know your little wolf friend is still down there. What do you do?
I honestly can't do anything. I don't. Can I see if there's any like giant sticks around that I can stick in the hole for him to climb up, like big branches or something?
There is. You start looking around, and there's branches and vines and roots and just things that you could probably just tear up off the ground.
I'm gonna probably try to do that.
Okay.
Like a bunch of vines and just kind of try to toss them over.
So Rock, you're in the hole. You're sliding down. You've got like maybe 8 feet before you're completely submerged in this fire, and this vine comes down and kind of hits you across the snout. What do you do?
Well, by this time, shouldn't I be in more halfling form?
I don't know. If you go into halfling form, are you going to be able to grip the wall as you can with claws?
Well, I was figuring as
I mean,
I
he
kind
dug
of
into the
push
wall.
off of the wall to grab the vine,
You can definitely, yeah.
would finish the revert.
That sounds fine. So let's go ahead and have you use your dexterity to make sure you're going to be able to get a good grip.
Nope.
So you get on it, like you change into your halfling form, and you don't know how, but you grab the vine in such a way that your hand slips off and it twists around your ankle, and now your face is sitting about 2 feet away from the fire. You're gonna start taking 1d4 damage every couple seconds until you're pulled up. So 1d4 fire damage as your face, you don't have eyebrows, your hair is getting burnt away. You feel this tug, Edward.
Oh Jesus!
You feel this tug, and you look down, and the halfling has one leg trapped in the vine. His arm is down in the fire, and he's just kind of squealing in pain. What do you do?
I yell to the bard to tell to help me pull.
Okay, Damara, you hear this. What do you do?
I set my fiddle down and grab it and start helping. I'm not of much help because I'm tiny and made of wood.
Okay.
Yeah.
So who's gonna help
you can
who?
plant
Basically,
yourself.
I'm gonna want one of you to defy danger with your strength, and the other person can aid.
Oh God, what's your strength?
My strength's 13, so I'll aid. Wait, what are you?
No, you're pulling.
Okay.
My strength is 8. You're pulling the crap out of this thing.
Okay, I'm pulling.
All right. So Edward, since you don't have a bond with them, but this might cause you to make a bond in the future, roll me a
I thought I
2d6.
Oh, he's a bond with me. That's what it is.
Yes. Okay. So go ahead for your roll, Damara. Roll me against your strength +1. And
Okay.
Edward.
Just roll your strength and we'll add 1 to it.
Okay. Edward, as you're pulling up, like the fire is just kind of the heat and everything is just billowing up and billowing in your face. So you take 1d4 fire and heat damage as you're trying to lift it up. So as
I don't take any.
that, it's heat damage, so it goes through armor.
Even through magic armor?
You have magic armor?
I have arcane ward.
Then I'm gonna
Doesn't
say
that
no,
count
it
as that
doesn't.
though?
It doesn't go through that.
Yay.
Sirach, you feel them going up, but they're having such a struggle. You're too heavy for them to pull up right now. You're probably gonna have to start dropping some things to get a little lighter to get pulled up.
I only weigh 6 pounds.
You got you got an old man that pretends to be young and a 4-foot tall tree elf. You might be the smallest thing, but yeah.
You're fat.
Drop something that's not flammable. We can just pick it up later. Probably.
Technically, everything I have is flammable, depending on the fire, because the gold coins are the only thing that's weighing me down.
Well, then drop the coins. They're not. It's not that hot.
That's the
What was that?
least flammable thing that I have.
The coins?
If you're a
Yeah.
halfling again, can't you just change shape again?
Everything else has wood in it.
Your coins don't weigh anything.
You don't have enough coins to weigh anything.
Are you looking at your character sheet?
Yeah, I looked at the wrong number.
Ah.
I guess I'll drop my fruit. I don't need it anyway.
You can change shape though. Just do that.
Fire's really starting to burn your eyes, like they are watering so bad. You take another 1d4 damage as you're struggling to get up the rope.
Jesus! Pull harder! He's burning alive!
What are you doing, Sirach? They're struggling, like it's caught. You don't know. You just feel like they're trying so hard to pull you up, but they can't.
I'll just drop my fruit.
All right. So as you drop it, like this very sweet smell kind of rises from the flames, and they yank you up. You all kind of land on your backs, kind of all through the haze and everything. About 100 yards out, see this shape peek out from behind a tree. It looks very morbid and bumpy and gross, and then just as you see it, it disappears.
Just point at it and scream, "You!"
And as the fire begins to die down in the hole, we take our first break for the night, and we'll figure out what we're going to be doing in about 5 minutes.